This Cowboys Report mailbag is made possible by Manscaped. You can get 20% off all of their men's grooming products for your face or your balls by using promo code COWBOYS over at manscaped.com. From Mark, why keep Fowler over Isaiah Land? Fowler is older. In a year or two, I think Isaiah could surpass whatever you could get out of Fowler, and he's way cheaper. I don't disagree with this. You would have saved money. Maybe you could have traded Fowler somehow. The answer in the end, Dan Quinn wanted Dante Fowler. Fowler's here because Dan Quinn is here. Now, I don't love Fowler as a run stopper. I don't love Isaiah Land as a run stopper either. Fowler barely played for you against the 49ers. I would have taken the cheaper route, similar, I think, long-term impact because you have Dorrance Armstrong. Fowler's your fifth edge. I would have done that, but I think in the end, Dan Quinn wanted Dante Fowler. Shmuley J, Darius Rush was getting so much hype. Why didn't we sign him? You didn't need an outside corner once you traded for Noah Igbinoghene. I wouldn't have minded picking him up there. I might have considered picking up Rush and cutting Eric Scott. Rush did not play that great in the preseason, frankly. He kind of struggled for a team that needed cornerback help in Indy. I think he was overhyped. Let me pull up my draft notes here real quick, if you don't mind me looking down at my screen. I had Darius Rush as he's top 70 player for me. I know there'd been some second-round buzz, better than Cam Smith. I was never on board with that. I liked him. I would have cut Eric Scott to grab Darius Rush. Dallas went with the we like our guys mindset. Gangsta Big Chungus. What do you think Jimmy Johnson do to this team? What's the record? Do you mean prime Jimmy Johnson? They probably have a title already. Current Jimmy Johnson? That dude ain't coaching. So very different answers depending on what age you're looking for there. Gigante? That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I don't know. Obviously, don't say more than you're allowed to, but if I recall, the just traded video, you said, now that he's gone, I can say this. You talked about his ranking him on the staff. Do you have insider info? I mean, what I said in that video, that Kelvin Joseph last year was the lowest graded player on the Cowboys roster. Everyone memes the PFF grades. Teams grade out players as well. They'll assign grades for performances. I pronounced it correctly, by the way, too. Awesome. Joseph was graded the lowest of anyone. That's why when they were in such dire straits of finding a cornerback too, they didn't go back to Boss Man Fab. From Daryl, would you add Cade York? York is on the Titans practice squad, I think. He's on a practice squad. I forget which one. No, not really. Now, what you should do is this. Let Brandon Aubrey try for a few games. If it's bad, then you can move on. Then you can move on and find somebody else to try because you've not committed to Brandon Aubrey. But everyone swore Cade York's the next great kicker. Didn't even last a season and a half in Cleveland. Just pointing it out there. So the big debate. Are kickers people? Y for yes, N for no. Y for yes, N for no. I joke mostly, but they are not people. Don't invest in them very heavily. Lance Dunbar's burner account. Do you know, Producer Chris? Do you know? Say those names. Got him. And no. He doesn't. He doesn't. Oh, he got it. He got it. What's the? What's the? And then what's the other one? Yeah, there you go. He doesn't know. Now he knows. Good job there, Lance. I, of course, knew what you were doing. Producer Chris, it took him a little bit on the pat one there. That is a good one. I appreciate that, my friend. Taha Ahmed, teach me, please, what makes Micah a better pass rusher than Garrett or Bosa? Had this argument the other day, prime Dak or prime Stafford? Ooh. I know what's funny. I think that the peaks of both Dak and Stafford, pretty similar, right? But both guys have shown flashes of top 5 quarterback play, but haven't always been consistent from that perspective. The skill set is better for Stafford. He has the stronger arm, can do more things overall with that arm talent there. I think Dak's better in a pre-snap area there. As for what makes Micah a better passer than Garrett or Bosa, I think what you're doing there is you're taking the 3 best pass rushers or 3 of the 4 best passers in the NFL and saying, okay, pick which one's better. I don't know if you have a better one there. They have different strengths and weaknesses. The biggest argument for Micah is we have not seen the best yet of Micah Parsons. He's only been in the league for 2 years. He kind of won early on with not a massive array of pass rush moves, just by being this awesome athlete and just blowing by everybody. I think the athleticism is what makes Micah perhaps the best young defensive player in the entire, best young player even, if we don't include Mahomes, in the entire NFL. Now, make sure you're not having an off night, if you know what I mean, by using Manscaped. Promo code COWBOYS over at manscaped.com gets you 20% off. Not just your balls, but your face as well. The Beard Hedger, the premium beard trimmer, the top in men's facial grooming. Get yours today, along with a bunch of goodies for their Beard Hedger Pro Kit, including everything you see on screen coming up right now. I'm actually a big fan of the beard brush because it tends to, I trim it not all the way down to keep it a little bit loose, so it's good to get it nice and not smooth, but evened out and looking proper. I feel great. The beard conditioner also helps out too. A lot of people use conditioner for their hair, right? You should use it for your beard as well. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. Links in the comments and the description. 20% off and free shipping. Ginger J, would you pick up Austin Watkins or Robbie Chosen? If so, who would you drop for them? My answer is no. Watkins on the practice squad for the Browns. You have to be an active roster player for you. I'm going to keep Jalen Brooks to be my special teams receiver 6. Robbie Chosen wasn't doing anything in Miami, so I would just let that one kind of ride out. Steven Gonzalez. Is there a possibility of Trey playing the season? Example, injury, God forbid, hashtag Cowboys. You named it. Injury. Now, maybe they try to get creative at some point if they like what they see from Lance of red zone work, maybe. Although, Dak's been really good in the red zone, even without as much usage of his running ability. So, injury, I think, is how he gets on the field. Brandon Clark, trade for Patrick Queen. I don't think the Cowboys want to trade for an off-ball linebacker. No, it's a need. That would be as expensive in a trade and or contract as Patrick Queen is. So if the Ravens are bad, maybe that makes some more sense as a rental, but I think they're going to be pretty good, and Queen will probably help them a little bit. Name a player you want to trade for. Any player, any position. Keep it realistic. I would do a lot of bad things to get Patrick Mahomes on this football team. It ain't going to happen. I do a lot of bad things to get a Joe Burrow, a Trevor Lawrence, those elite quarterbacks. It's just not going to happen there. So realistic names only, please. Mark, there was an undrafted linebacker ton of sacks in college. You released something about that. That's Isaiah Land. Isaiah Land was hyped up. Unfortunately for Dallas, he was claimed off of waivers by the Indianapolis Colts, which was a pretty big disappointment that Dallas was unable to sneak him through to the practice squad. This one from TKG, then the last 2 super chats that have come in. I think the Trey Lance trade will affect Dak. Doesn't really affect Dak, especially not short term. Dak's going to be the good older brother. I'll use that phrase for Trey Lance. You got to make a decision on Dak sooner than later, so it shouldn't impact him very much. From Mark. Never thought Micah would have been that good. Even the Cowboys didn't think Micah was going to be that good. They would not have traded down if they had known that. All is well. Chances we get Deion Jones? I think low. I know there's the obvious ties to him from within the organization with Dan Quinn, but couldn't make the Panthers roster. Should raise some red flags. From Leroy Pearson Jr., are there any right or left guards you consider the 2024 draft be a good fit right now, starter or depth piece? I'm not that far away. I'm not close enough to know. Zach Zinter from Michigan, Cooper Beebe from Kansas State, 2 guys I've seen early on. We'll have to wait and see what it all looks out. But hopefully you can find somebody, yeah.